All right, hello, welcome back. I'm Kayla, this is Ben, and we are having a very, very long travel day today. We are heading to our 20th country.
I think it's our 20th country.
20th country, it is Australia. So we have a flight from Greensboro, North Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia, a second flight from Atlanta to LAX, and then a 15-hour flight from LAX to Sydney, Australia. So we are waiting for our first flight. Yeah, that's about it. If you enjoy travel days, stick with us.
For you, subscribe because we'll have plenty coming up.
And if you don't like travel days, we have plenty of other content, and we'll have plenty of content coming up as well. Some exciting stuff from Australia and New Zealand. So stick with us, subscribe, and we'll see you probably in Atlanta.
Yeah, this is actually our longest travel day ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's actually over one day. I think it's close to 26 hours of total travel time for us. And we actually lose a day in the middle of it. So it's Saturday now, and we're not going to arrive until Monday. And we're doing this all in premium economy. So if you're interested in what Delta premium economy looks like, especially on the new A350, stay tuned to the last part of the video because we will be going over our seats on the A350-900.
Flight number 1.
The ride's shooting pretty good so far. I'm able to turn the seatbelt sign off. You do review your seats because there's always to keep your seatbelt securely fastened, not you just like when you undergo the flight deck.
All right, so we are going to try to see the American Express lounge here. It's all the way in Concourse E, so it's kind of far for us to go there, but we're going to try to go there anyways. It's a new one, so it just opened in February of 2024, so it should be one of the nicest lounges in the United States.
The next stop is for F gates. F as in Fox.
We got some s'mores brownies and some strawberry acai. I think it's strawberry acai, like lemonade or something. Passion fruit, something like that. And some cookies. We're gonna eat so much on this trip because I brought snacks too. And then we're gonna get fed on like probably the next flight and the next flight. So we're gonna eat we eat so much on travel days, like way more than we normally do.
So this lounge is absolutely huge, and it's pretty gorgeous. Now, if you see, there's a art installation in the middle here. It's supposed to look like the forest canopy. And I have to say, this place is like really relaxing for a lounge. And they have this huge tree right here in the middle. And they have a bunch of seating. This lounge is a lot bigger than I expected it to be. And I'm really thankful for that because there's a lot of areas in the American Express lounge that, like anywhere else, especially in Charlotte, where they get significantly too full. Now, this lounge also has a restaurant called The Reserve by American Express, and I think they specifically serve whiskey at this restaurant. But they also have a regular bar if you're interested in that. Very Art Deco vibe with private rooms. And there is plenty of places to eat. And right now the lunch buffet is out. And we have mango bread, corn salads, cucumber and onions, balsamic vinaigrette, create your own salad bar. And of course all of the snacks and stuff at the end, along with your main dishes of coconut braised chicken, carrots and potatoes as well. Now there is an outdoor terrace. There's actually 2 total outdoor terraces here. There is one here that allows you to sit outside. There's also a private guest room to the right there if you are a Black Card member, where you can hang out. there's a nice lounge here where you can hang out outside if you want. And like I said, there is plenty of seating in this lounge. It goes almost all the way to the end here. So plenty of seating, and I'm glad that they built this lounge big enough. But this is the second terrace. Now this terrace is a little bit nicer because you can sit out here and you can watch airplanes. Now the forest canopy here is supposedly inspired by the lush forest canopy of Atlanta. Also, another nice feature of this lounge is that they have nice little snack bars that are distributed all throughout the lounge so that you don't always have to go to the food area to get food. And here we have a wild Kayla. Well, that lounge was a pretty nice lounge. I highly recommend it if you have plenty of time in the Atlanta airport and you have an American Express Platinum card, or you have some other way of accessing the American Express lounges. You should definitely take the opportunity and do it. Check it out, it's pretty new. I think when we were there, everybody told us it was built in 2024. So it's one of the most modern lounges that I know of in the United States, because most of the lounges that are in the United States are pretty old. I think most of them were kind of built in like the 2000s or 2010s, so I don't know very many that were built post 2020. You sure you don't want any coffee, Kayla? See, you have to say it quietly, otherwise she'll say yes.
Flight number 2.
Alrighty, this is our second flight to Los Angeles from Atlanta. We got very lucky because this seat actually has 2 rows and we get to share a seat with a flight attendant, which is pretty nice. So definitely good seat pick for us. Definitely look out for that on the A321s. We also did something very similar when we flew in Lufthansa. They had a very similar setup, so.
Correction, over to the Los Angeles International Airport. Should be a fairly smooth ride. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, a beautiful day in Los Angeles.
We just arrived to LAX. It is 7:30 p.m., but it's, like 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm about ready for bed, but we have a few hours until our next flight leaves, and that's a 15-hour flight to Sydney. So I'm really hoping we can get some sleep on this flight because we're gonna need it. But now we're gonna try to find a lounge. So we'll get our bearings here, find a lounge, chill for a while until our next flight. We are in the Delta Sky Lounge, and I got in for free this time. Normally you have to pay for me, but we didn't have to pay, so that's cool. Makes me feel better. It's a really nice lounge though, so we're gonna explore it. Oh gosh, I'm at that like tired where I'm like shaky and like cold.
Cold, yeah, I know.
So Ben is going to take a shower here at the Delta Sky Lounge. I think he's gonna do his first, and then I'm gonna do one, but I'm not really sure. He kind of ran off, so I'm gonna wait. But I got like a hot chocolate, and we're sitting outside, technically overlooking the planes and stuff. So that's pretty nice to just relax. We'll let you know how the showers are, because it'll be nice. We're like over 10 hours into our travel day, and we have a 15-hour flight coming up, so it'll be kind of nice to wash off the grime from the last 2 flights and be clean when we're going on to this 15-hour flight. especially since we have all day tomorrow before we can check into a hotel. So take them when you can get them, right?
Now, both of us are supposed to stay awake for like the next few hours to like get on to the Australian time zone. Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a struggle. I think we're both already feeling it. So we might actually get some sleep on this plane ride. Fingers crossed. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, so it is now time for a quick lounge tour. So this is one of the 2 eating areas available here in the lounge. They also have an insane amount of drinks. They have iced coffee here with all of your classic syrup and milk. They have your regular soda drinks, as well as your coffee and hot drinks. They also have some pretty fancy water there. They also have hot chocolate and tea over here. And all of the hot coffee you could possibly want in case you don't want fresh coffee. And there is a few areas to sit back and relax. There is one giant TV projector. There is one crazy large bar where you can watch any game that's currently on. Once again, a nice seating area. Plenty of pods to take your phone calls in. And now we're back at the entrance where there's normally agents waiting to help you. And plenty of food. More than you could possibly think of. Plenty of little sandwiches and fruits and roasted veggies. Plenty of little snacks here. Normally they have some cookies as well, assorted vegetarian. Plenty of ribs and other hot dishes. And now on to one of the coolest areas of the lounge. There is an outdoor area here where you can hang out and watch the airplanes, along with an outdoor bar. Look at how nice that is. Plenty of places to stand and charge your phone. Nice blue mood lighting. And I also forgot to mention that there is showers here. I did do a miniature shower tour on my phone, so we can put that up later. But they have pretty much everything that you need. They have like towels, they have plenty of soap. I think they also have hair dryers for like, you can borrow them. Plenty of stuff. I wish I would have brought a toothbrush, and maybe I could have asked them for a toothbrush. But I think I'll have a toothbrush on the airplane. I should have thought about this. I feel like as a seasoned traveler, I should have known better.
To be fair, we don't normally have travel days this long, so we don't normally feel desperate for a shower before we get there, but we were this time, so.
Yeah, absolutely killer feature. Number one thing in a lounge, you feel significantly better after you get a shower. Alrighty, so we are now on to our 3rd and final flight of the night. We're headed off to Sydney.
So we're in the Delta Comfort, right? Mm-hmm. Delta Comfort seats for this 15-hour flight to Sydney, Australia. And so we just got into our seats here. They gave us some noise-canceling headphones to use with the television. It's also 100 years, celebrating 100 years. We found out today that Delta is the only airline to make it to 100 years. So that's kind of interesting in the United States. Got some slippers, and then a pillow, and a nice blanket, and then we have a little amenities kit that has an eye mask, looks like a dental kit, lip balm, and some earplugs. So everything you need to sleep on the plane, hopefully. Oh, and then we have a menu here for our in-flight dinners. So Ben got the barbecue chicken thigh with baked mac and fontina cheese and green beans. I got the baked mushroom rigatoni, which is with Parmesan and Pomodoro sauce, so it's like the vegetarian option. They have a margarita pizza twist as the mid-flight snack, and then they also have some regular light snacks. And then before we arrive, we'll have like a breakfast, which is a roasted red pepper frittata or Greek yogurt and granola bowl. So pretty good options. And I think that's it. Pretty spacious, comfy. Hopefully we get some sleep. I think we're probably going to try to conk out soon after we take off, at least for a little bit. And then maybe we'll try to sleep a little bit more towards the end of the flight. But we'll see how it goes. All right. See you later.
I'm about to give Kayla a realization that I'm not sure she is ready for, and it's that this flight is 15 hours long, and that means that even if you got a full 8 hours of sleep, you basically have another 7 hours of being awake.
If I take enough melatonin, do you think I can just conk out for the full 15?
No, that would be very unhealthy. I cannot recommend that. But it's wild that you could literally get in an 8-hour day of work on this flight and take a nap, like, and get 7 hours of sleep. But it also kind of explains why we're getting like essentially 4 meals on this flight. I actually think it's only 3 though. We'll see you in the air.
We are about an hour out from Sydney. I know you didn't really see much on this flight because we tried to pretty much sleep the entire way, like on and off the entire way. And I think we each got probably 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep, which is probably more than we've ever gotten on a plane. Now it's interrupted, so it's definitely not the best sleep, but it will keep us going through the day until we can check into our hotel, because we're going to get in at around 7 a.m. By the time we get to the hotel, it may be like 8 a.m., but that's still way too early to check in. So we're going to drop our bags and go explore Sydney, which will probably be in a separate video.
100%. Yeah, it'll definitely be a separate video,
But
because I think this video is too long already.
we just had breakfast. It was actually pretty good breakfast.
Yeah, I also wanted to talk a little bit about this aircraft. So this aircraft is the A350-900, which is one of the newer aircrafts in Delta's fleet. It's also one of the few aircraft that can actually make it the distance all the way from LAX to Sydney. That's an incredibly long flight. I don't know if it's in the top 10, but I think it's in one of the top 20 longest like commercial flights. So if you're planning on taking this flight in the future, definitely be prepared. We paid a little bit more to be in premium economy, which was, I think, worth it, especially if you want a little bit more comfortable like leg room. If you want a little bit better meals, maybe a little bit better access to certain bathrooms, better access to overhead bin space. But yeah, I mean, all of those things are little benefits. I think these seats are probably some of the most comfortable premium economy seats that we have ever stayed in, and that's what allowed me to actually sleep, because I normally have trouble sleeping on anything but my back, which, you know, it sounds really like snooty, and I always need business class, but that's not true. I just normally just accept that I'm only going to get like an hour or 2 of sleep, and I think this flight I got close to like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. At least that's what my Garmin watch says. I'm not sure I believe it, but yeah. But yeah, let me give you a quick overview of the seat. Okay, one of the things that you'll notice is probably the flickering lights. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. But these are the larger windows. These windows are absolutely huge on the A350, which is also kind of like a sign of how modern the design is. We also have huge screens with a nice little coat hook and plenty of storage for your bags. They give you these nice little slippers, and you get 2 charging ports, which is really nice because both Kayla and I like to be able to charge our laptops and electronics during a flight. There's also a little bit of seat features in this, but you get your standard tray there, a little bit of a safety guide for reference, or a MacBook Pro 14-inch for reference there. You also get a set of pillows along with a small blanket, which is pretty nice, and then a small little amenity kit that Kayla showed earlier. So all of those things, hopefully those help kind of give you an idea of what you get in premium economy. It's definitely not like business class or first class, but it is definitely a significant step up from the economy class.
The pillows were really, really nice. but they were almost too nice because they were like so firm.
They're
that-
foam pillows.
I know, they're like
that's
real
actually
foam
one of the things I
pillows.
forgot to mention. They're foam pillows, and the blankets that they have are actually like double knitted blankets. So they're not the standard. So they're not the standard like airplane blankets that are like just a single piece of like felt fabric. They're like double knitted felt fabric with like edging on them. So.
Gentlemen, would like to welcome you to Australia. The local time here in Sydney is 28 minutes past 6.
Taking our train to Circular Quay, I think, which is a really quick walk to our hotel. So customs was really easy. I thought. I mean, passport control was all electronic, so you just scanned it and went through. And then customs, you do have to declare like medications and stuff. So pretty much everybody has something to declare. But it was relatively quick, and we got our bags. Our train's coming in 6 minutes.
But as something that Caleb was saying just before, we have both officially entered our 20th country. So that's a pretty big milestone, at least I think in my opinion. So here's to the next 5, the next 20.
Next 20, yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see the next 20, and I'm also excited to see the next 5, to be honest with you. Because 25 countries, I feel like, is a big achievement, especially for couples that travel together.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it's a little cold here, so I don't know how long we're gonna be out. But yeah, we're gonna go drop our bags off at the hotel. And just so you know, Sydney most definitely has hills. So if you've got to push a suitcase up them, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna get a good workout.
All right, so we made it to the hotel. We made it here just slightly before everybody else, so we got kind of checked in. Went up to the early arrivals lounge and got like brushed my teeth. and
Just
stuff.
refreshed and all that.
Yeah, and now we're gonna go out and explore. We dropped our bags and we'll come back at noon to check in. But that's gonna be in the next vlog. So we hope you like this content. We hope you like travel days. If not, go see some of our other content. But we appreciate you joining, and please like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks.